All right. Hold on. Kathy. Oh, Melissa.
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn you up over here. Hold on. Go ahead and say hi one more time. Let's see.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's a little on the video part. It's gonna slowly coming in on your side. I can hear you great though. So number one, welcome. Wait, is it Cassie or is it Melissa?
It's Casey.
Casey.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I apologize for that. Okay. So Casey. Okay. Welcome. And sorry, I had a friend with that and but it was K and she always said Cassie. So new. So with that being said, let me kind of tell you, did you get my email by the way?
Um, yes, I was forwarded several emails.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So number one, I apologize for being a couple minutes behind. I got some news right before my last session that I had to go and like bring myself back together for a moment. It was crazy, but it's good. Everything is fine. So I just had to calm myself. So number one, welcome in. We have 30 minutes. I want to kind of tell you a little bit about, I mean, you know what I do, but how I do it. That way you can kind of like figure out what's going on in her head. Number one, normally I'm not in this location. I'm in New Mexico on vacation, and so you don't hear everything else. I have my little gaming headphones on, and we get this really nice quiet corner over here. And so number one, how do I talk to him? How does this work? First thing is that I'm gonna have a pen. I'm gonna have a notepad. I don't take any notes on you. I just scribble the entire time. I get anxiety when I channel, so I have to allow it to leave somehow instead of tapping my foot or being annoying. The next thing is that people always ask, how do you get messages? I believe this person has been with me for a while. Um, Likes to, and by the way, this is recorded. I'm going to send it to you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Um, hmm, it's interesting because the first thing they show me, and I just got to get this out and I'm going to tell you how I do it. So, I don't think this person was this way in life, but how they're presenting themselves right now is different because they're talking about, not talking, but they're showing me almost like being shy, almost like feeling like, hey, like coming up and saying like, hi, so like there's an air of almost like I feel like you're a little kid and you're in trouble, but I don't, doesn't make any sense to me like that. Um, are they a very good person? Yeah, but there is an air of sadness behind the scene, and I don't know why that is yet. So we're going to go into that too. So how do they talk? It depends, number one, on your relationship with them. Do you talk to them? Do you bring them forward? Do you have a picture of them up? Like, do you remember them, or do you just shove them away like in a box and not care? Remember, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions are all energy. They're connected, and it creates a better connection. The next thing after that is how well they talk. It can be based on where they're at. If somebody died in a really tragic way, or maybe because of themselves or something like that, they tend to be in what we like to call a little bit of a lower vibration, and so they don't know, no, they don't so necessarily talk about how much they love you. They talk about what happened to themselves and how they can try to heal it. So it's a little bit different, because they're trying to learn and grow. The other thing is, like, if they're in a higher vibration, or people like to call it heaven sometimes, they talk a lot in feelings. They talk a lot in emotions. And feelings and emotions can be translated into sentences, but it just takes a little bit longer. So they talk with signs and symbols, like a white balloon means anniversary, colorful balloon means birthday, stuff like that in my head. The next thing too is that they'll do feelings and emotions, like, um uh what is it, like, I died of a heart attack in my living room is a feeling, and so I have to be raring to go to feel that and understand it. The other two things are that they will try to put me in different situations that either they were in, you were in, or you will be in, by seeing it through their eyes. She is just trying to work through a lot of stuff right now. And then I get words and phrases that just boop up in my head, and I got to tell you what they are. Um, she misses you. She like pops down and she says, "Hey, I miss you," like that. She there's love. She's a little bit drier. I don't know, maybe I feel like in a way she could have been this very stand-up person, but maybe I make her nervous personally, and I don't know why. Maybe she's like almost like cautious, like she could talk a whole lot of shit, but when it comes to it, it'll be like, oh, I'm gonna kind of go behind the scenes a little bit. She's like, no, no, it's all right, it's all right. So she's gonna try to come into my body. What She's a big person in like poking you. She's like, "Well, I think about her all the time. What about her?" Like that. And I'm like, "Okay, I'll get back at her." She says that what? Maybe y'all used to get into like some pretty gnarly fights. Was like that a thing? Okay.
Yeah.
She's talking about going like bah bah bah, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are y'all doing that to each other? You need to stop. So that means like gnarly arguments or fights. She says because you are opinionated in a good way but grounded. She's opinionated and can just like fly away at the same time. So they're very opposites because she's talking about I gotta leave, and you're like and you slam the door. She says that this is what she's bringing in.
That's very true, though.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, she's making me so all this happens so quick, and so she's making me see and feel this all at one point because this is her. She's trying to play a movie of which is her life. What I said, what happened to you? She goes, I don't want to talk about it. I go, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. What do you mean about that? She says that it's interesting. She says almost like she made herself sick. Weird. She talks about being sick. She talks about being ill or something. She talks about not feeling really well. She says that she used to smoke.
Yes.
Mm. This is what she says. She goes, maybe I made myself sick. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, you know these aren't good for you. And I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. She says that mm, maybe the people she's hanging around weren't as good as well either. She's talking about how she goes, well, I'm not heavenly. And I go, you can be. Stop it. She says, she's like making a joke that if she like walked into church, like it would burn. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't. You shut up. She's like, and it's a real thing. She's talking about God. She's talking about higher vibrations. She's like, it's a real thing. I'm like, yeah, I know. No shit. You finally realized that. She's saying that I have a whole conversation with him too. Um, oh, what? She's moving fast. Hold on.
Mhm.
Maybe we. Ooh, that's a feeling. She's complaining about. Did we end up getting her cremated?
Yes.
Okay, this sorry. She's talking about I don't know why I have to spend all that money on all that shit. And I was like, "What?" And she's talking about flowers and boxes and I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "I went in this little here." And I go, "Okay, cool." So she's talking about being cremated. She says, I'm over it. I'm done." That's what she just said. So what? What happened to you, bro? Come here. You didn't get to say goodbye to her?
No.
Yeah. She goes, so remember, she's a spirit. Okay. So she's seeing her passing in a different way. So, yes, there can be tears. Yes, that will be sad. But remember, this is her now. She's not living in that now. She goes, well, lucky her. She didn't get to say goodbye to me, like in a jokey, funny way, but also with her sarcasm. She says that, what? She goes, oh, do you really want me to go into this? I'm like, yeah, we're going to go down here. What? She feels like a little kid that got in trouble. She's like, "Oh, okay, 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 I'll go down it." And I'm trying to figure out why. It's like peering through a door that she's like barely opening for me, and I'm like, "Come on, come on." What? Weird. She keeps talking about she's trying to make me feel what happened to her. Um, I wonder if at one point was she like dating somebody that did a lot of drugs or something?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. She's talking about she shows me kidneys shutting down. And I go, "Did you have like dialysis or something like that?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "Uh-huh. Where are you trying to take me on this?" And she says, "Well, I was dating somebody that, did a lot of ooh, and for me that means like drugs and stuff." And I go, "Oh, okay, okay, okay." Is she what happened? Oh, so that person is still alive, so she's dead. Interesting. She says that Tucker is still like out there living, having a good time. And she says that she's not. I go, okay. She says that, hold on. She's talking about just going to sleep, just going to sleep, just going to sleep. What? Hold on. She's talking about being depressed too. But she's a very nice person in my head. What? Did she end up like passing alone at her house by herself?
She was by herself, but she wasn't at a house.
Oh, okay. Okay. She keeps talking about being like almost abandoned. She's by herself and she's talking about how that was it. We couldn't do anymore. Like I'm out. Hold on one. Help, 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 come back and get me. What do you mean? What is that about? So that's what I just heard in my head. One. That didn't make any sense to me. Tell me. Whatever this is, it's very hard for her to go through it. I wonder if they found her in bushes. What happened with that?
She was in a car accident.
Oh, okay. So she went off the road and in the okay. Okay. What happened? How did that go?
Um, she was on a busy interstate and her car stalled, and she was on the emergency lane off the road, and somebody ran into her.
Slammed into her. Okay. 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 Yeah, she's talking, she makes me smell like this is what she did. She says, "It was terrible. I don't want to go back to that." And so, by the way, it's almost like she didn't know what happened, by the way. So there, because she's talking about I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm out. Like that's it. And I go, okay. And she just makes me smell like leaves and outdoors. And so I'm like, where are we at? Are we behind bushes? Where are we going? What are we doing? And it's dark outside. This happened at night.
Mm-mm.
No, weird, because she shows me blackness everywhere. She, hang on, show me. Hold on. She just keeps talking about like a broken collarbone. Weird. Over and over and over again. I mean, there's a lot more that's broken than just that. But one. Hold on. She keeps telling me I was a good person. I was a good person. I go, I know you're a good person. I know that's a thing. She says that one. So the car was quote unquote old anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I go, what happened? Why did your car stalled? Were you in water, whatever that was? And she says, no, it was old anyways. I okay, so it's we're basing it on that. She says that, tell me. Wait, so they ended up like being able to put her on a stretcher and stuff like that? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's showing me like her soul being out of her body. Um, so this means that we are putting her on a stretcher. She's showing me like a neck thing and stuff, but she's showing me it from like a view of up here, which means that I think her soul already left our body at that point. Um, one. So she never regained consciousness after that. That was it.
The hospital told us that they brought her back in the ambulance, but like she didn't stay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I go, so was there any way that you could hear people in your body? What was going on or stuff? And she goes, there was no, because sometimes after an accident, they'll be like, look, right? And then that's it. And she's talking about nothing, nothing, nothing. Um, tell me. Did that quote unquote, I'm sorry, did that quote unquote motherfucker try to keep going? What is that about?
Yeah, there was no signs of him stopping when he hit her.
Okay. She uses a lot of my very choice words in my head. So, uh-huh. Motherfucker
That's
tried to
her.
keep going. Yeah, I was like, okay. She was the guy like high on methamphetamines or something that did this? Do we have any idea?
No, they were older couple. It was him
They
and
were
his wife.
distracted. Okay, they were distracted. Okay. He goes like this. He goes, um, distracted, out of their mind, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, out of my mind means meth in my head. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, why are they driving on meth on the road? She says that, tell me, maybe somebody did meth. Hold on, that's a whole other thing. We'll get into that later. Hold on. What? So tell me what happened. I'm asking her after. Hmm. Are they like not letting y'all come in and hold her hand and like see her?
No, we weren't allowed to see her.
Okay. She goes, I said, so what? Because a lot of times they'll bring them into like the emergency room and like they keep the family together. Yeah. She goes, they weren't allowed to come in and hold my hand or nothing. She's talking about that's very rude. And I'm like, I don't know if they would have wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, but no at the same time. She says that, what? Hmm. Tell me. Well, what can you show me? Like which side you were on and what was going on? And, hmm. Hmm. Okay. So she was, hold on. Hold on. She's giving me an image in my head and I'm trying to check it and transcribe it and make sure she means that. So she had had the hood up and was outside of the car at that point. Like that's the thing.
No, she was inside the car.
Weird, weird. This is what she shows me. She shows me like um she shows me an image of steam coming out for some reason and I'm like, I don't know if there's steam or anything like that. And then she talks about getting like um crushed on the guardrail or whatever the cement things are in the middle. Okay. And she talks about how it's like she's pinned in between, like up near the driver side up there. And so for me, I'm like, she's outside and they hit her and then the car pins it right there. It's because she's inside in that. She says that, tell me. So I'm like, how does this work? Tell me what happened afterwards. She's talking about sunsets and beaches. And I'm like, you do not live near a beach? I have no idea. She's talking about, I said, I know. I go, so what do you do now? What are you doing now besides hanging out here? And she's talking about sunsets and beaches. And I go, okay, cool. So you're out there. She says that she has kids.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I go, what were you doing with boyfriend and stuff like that? I said, do you have any kids? She goes, I have kids. I go, okay, fine. She's like, she's talking about, so they're old enough to like do their own thing or have their own thing going. Okay. She's talking about following them around and like trying to terrorize them in a fun way, like checking on them, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you, like always being on their ass. And I go, okay. And she says, one. Ooh. Do you have younger kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I go, what about her? I said, does she have older ones as well or what? She's talking about them being young enough to still love you. And I was like, oh, okay. I know what that age is because I have that right now. He says that, tell me. She's trying to bring through a gentleman. It's almost like if I just like joking, like somebody's, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but I'm just going to say it. It's almost like we're joking around with somebody that would be like an uncle, or maybe we have like a like that died or something. I don't know. And she's like ha ha ha, and she shows me an image, gives me a feeling. She says like he's dead and I found him. Oh yeah, we're having a good time like that. She's just trying to talk about something like that. Another thing, or it would be like um maybe we have like a father figure that passed young or younger. I would even say like in like their 50s maybe, and like she's talking about this person. I don't know, that would be the best. They're not here with me, she's just making comments about it. She says that, come here. So what do you do with her? What do you do with her? Can you Are you trying to act like, in a good way, act like her kid's mom, like being there for them and talking to them and stuff like that?
Yes.
Good. Okay. She goes, she's telling her kids, she says, you listen to her. You listen to her. She says that she's talking about how she likes that you call them and how it's very almost like overwhelming for you. And how you're trying to be this, rock for them in a way. She says that they're a wild group, quote unquote. I was like, okay. She says that I don't know how you do it. She's talking about you having the patience of a saint. She says that one, she's talking about how she doesn't. I go, I get it. She's funny. She will like put the smackdown on you. One. But she doesn't even do that. She literally told me to tell you buy a new purse, and then I say, but you don't carry a purse everywhere with you. Like that's not a thing. I know. That's okay. So that's her saying buy this for you, and then I see who you are and what you do, and you don't have one, and I'm like, what does this mean? Why are you saying? So I'm already answering my own question. She says that one. She's talking about a car again. Hold on. Are you like in the process of getting a new one? Are you needing to get a new one?
I had bought one 5 days or 6 days before she passed.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she talks about this new car sitting in it and how she's sitting in it with you, or what would be at that point, and how wait, what, I'm gonna see if she knows what it is. Um you try to keep it nice. She's talking to you trying to keep it nice. She says that no, you don't. Do you have kids that are in booster seats? Like, is that how young they are?
I have a 5-year-old who needs to be in a booster seat.
Oh, okay, okay. This is what she just showed me. She showed me an image for kids throwing Cheerios around the car, and then she puts my son's booster seat in the car, and she's talking about like that's why she's trying to keep it nice. I said I get it. She says that one, turn up the music. So maybe she tries to communicate with you through music. I think that's a big thing. So please like keep that going. She says that one, tell me. Do you not wait? Oh, this is hard. Here's another one. Oh, first good one. Okay, so you must have gotten a tattoo when you were younger. Then you didn't get really a whole lot or anything like that after. And have you gotten the one for her yet?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I'm feeling. She says, "Oh, well, she got this when she was younger, but it's like kind of faded." And she goes, "But she went in and she decided to do another one and she got it for me." And I go, "Okay, great." She goes, "It's her best one yet." I go, "Fine." So she's like acknowledging that it's a thing. She says that what? Tell me. Ooh. Hers is past. Is her birthday coming up?
Um, January.
Yeah. She's okay. Cool, cool, cool. She goes like this. She goes, she's talking about you. She says, hers is past, mine's coming up. And I go, okay. And she's talking about how I just want you to like take a shot for her on her birthday, like bust it out and be like, yeah, just like one solid one. Maybe you don't drink a whole lot. I don't think you do. Yeah, correct. So she's talking about how when you do that, you're gonna be like, woo! And I'm like, all right, so please know that. She says that what? Are you actively married right now?
Yes.
Okay, this is what she says. So all those eyes, she says, and tell her I don't know what she's doing with that person. So she's talking about a guy. I said, well, what person? I said, is she dating him or is she with him? She goes, no, she's married to him. She says, tell her she deserves a whole lot better. And I go, okay, so I'm just gonna leave that there because that's y'all's thing. Um, she like doesn't like the way that he says things to you and stuff like that, and she like wants to beat his ass. So that's just coming from heaven. So you just you decide what you want to do with that. She says that what? See how it's getting easier for her because she knows how to talk now. One. I don't have to worry. She's talking about not worrying about her back hurting or something. Interesting. Um, your sister's funny. She's talking about how she always thinks she looks good. She's talking about, she goes, my sister got all the smarts, but I got all the looks, you know? Uh-huh. And I was like, okay, I'll tell her that. You do that. She says, she's like catching tail, which means like dating other people or something. I go, okay. No more for those losers. She's joking about dating angels. I go, okay, you have a great time with that. They do talk about that. She says that what? Mm. She says this year that this is just your sister. When she goes, when you put your Christmas tree up, get a picture of her and put it at the top of the tree. It's not a Christmas tree, it's a carny tree. Okay. Carny tree. Like that's what we need to do. She says that she had dogs. What happened to the dogs?
The dog was with her,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
but we still have him.
Oh, you have them right now. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool. She goes, my dog. And I go, okay, what about the dog? What about the dog? And so she's talking about this animal being around the said Christmas tree as well, like it's a whole thing. And so she's saying that she likes to go and interact with him. She says that, hmm, what? She's talking about being with you when you're daydreaming. You just sit there and you're, and she's talking about being all up in here with you. And I go, okay, okay. Um, one more. Do you ever play the scratch off tickets?
Yes.
Are you- She goes, tell her to get a scratch off ticket. I'll make her win.
I just won $570 last week.
Really?
Yes, like I just randomly bought and yeah.
That was her. That was her doing it. Holy crap. Oh, okay. Oh, how weird. I've never had that come up in a session before. She made me feel the sensation of getting a quarter and scratching it off. And then she
Uh-huh.
goes, I go, okay, okay. What? That's why she's telling you to get something nice. Remember the bag I talked about that you don't do that? That's where she was going with that. She was trying to tell me go and do this. She says, "Ha, those kids have enough." That's all she said. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's what she said. I go, "Where do you want her to spit it? Those kids have enough." I go, "Okay, I'll tell her that. You just calm down over here."
She's right, but I was buying their Christmas with it.
Shut up. Okay, do you see this? Do you see? She's gonna get your butt. Uh-huh. She what? Tell me. Buying a Christmas, but she didn't do me. That's what she's. That's what she's saying in the background. I'm like, can you stop it? Mm, she appreciates me. She appreciates this. She says that. Hmm, She says, now I don't know how I like being dead, but at least now I can keep an eye on all the bullshit that's going on all the time. Just straight up. And I go, okay. And she's talking about trying to make things happen. Oh, did they give you her glasses? Where was that at? What happened with that?
We couldn't find her glasses, and so she had an open casket before we got her cremated, and my niece and her both had the same glasses, and so she let her mom wear her glasses in the casket.
Oh, and then she brought them back. Oh,
Yes, she
okay.
has them. Uh-huh.
Okay. She goes, they have my glasses or talking about the glasses. And I go, okay, so let her know that she knows about that and what she did. She wants to give her kids a really big hug and a really big kiss. And she wants to let them know that she's watching them and still going to get them if they mess up. She's a really, really good mom. She thanks you for having the dog. Keep that there. If the dog ever starts looking all crazy in all sorts of different directions, that's her. Okay, don't worry, that's her. For you, she loves you, she appreciates you, and she gave you $570 for scratch off. So just ask her that. I bet. Oh, if you, in any time that you're in a store randomly and you see like a scratch off thing and you just get a feeling like I should get it, not one where you go, ooh, let's just do it for fun, but like this draw, like I need to go back in the store and get one. Do that. That's her, and I think you'll end up like winning stuff every single time. So I'm just letting you know, just keep that there because that's what they do. Okay. And for right now, because I gotta go to my next session, but do you have I love your sister. She's not gone. She loves you. It sucks that she died. Who was the guy that was doing all the drugs and like didn't care for her? Who's that asshole?
She's probably talking about her children's father.
He was really mean too, wasn't he? Yeah. Um, yeah. She didn't like him. She keeps going like spits on him. I'm like, okay, fine. So there's no nice words over there. One. She can find love in a different way now. So she loves y'all. So she's gonna be working with y'all. Okay. So, do you have any questions for me at all or for her or anything?
Um, no, like a lot of them were answered that I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Okay.
didn't mention much about my mom or our stepdad though.
Do you want me to ask about that? I mean, I can. It's not a problem. It just depends
Yeah.
on, let's see. It's weird. I just heard the name Frank, and I know your stepdad's name is not Frank. It's weird. Is it like a single syllable name?
No.
Weird. Okay. It's like bop, 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 bop. She keeps talking about him, like making sure his heart is okay over and over and over again. I'm not saying that he's dying of anything, but she keeps showing me like blocked arteries or like getting in a place where maybe there's like some issues with heart or something like that. So
Yeah,
make sure.
yes, COPD.
So up here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. She keeps talking about and like having issues and slowing down. And so I'm not saying we're dying from it, but just saying she's watching out for his health and she's making sure he's okay and that he needs to continue to go and get checked. Okay.
My mom
Um,
fights him all the time, telling him to go to the doctor.
good. Well, she's telling him now too. So you got two people on there.
Okay.
Okay. So she loves him though. And then your quote unquote, your mama just lost her shit when she died. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what she said. And she says, because you know that I'm the favorite. And I said, I go, I will say that. And she says, tell my mom I love her and that I still am from up here. Um, she doesn't want to see her very soon, so mom's not passing anytime soon. But she says, like, let her know that I'm there, I'm watching her. She says, maybe mom sits down and has a moment of prayer and has a moment of like meditation for her a lot, or like in that moment. And she says, I'm getting you, I'm getting you, I'm getting you. Like she gets it. She says that she comes down and she gives mom kisses like that all the time. She's talking about coming down. So yeah, ooh, she doesn't want to hear your stepfather grumping to your mother. Let her know that. Let him know that. Okay. We don't need that. Okay. Because she loves both of them very much. But yeah, no, they're all good. She's good. Now if you ever need me again or anything like that, just email me. If y'all have any questions, just email me. And I'm gonna send you the recording tomorrow. And my God, this woman is great. Don't ever think she's not in a bad place. She is sassy. She is a great lady and she loves y'all very much. And just ask her. Just talk to her. Okay? Just
Yes.
talk to her. And and if you need me, let me know. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love you. You're welcome anytime.